Rad Art Studios with Mrs. Radder. This is my first video that I'm going to be doing a little art lesson with you guys today. Quick and easy and pretty simple. It is going to look something like this. We've been seeing a lot of these on Facebook. There's many different ways to do it. We're just going to do a simplified version of that today. So stay tuned, follow along, grab your art supplies, and let's make some art today.
Today we are going to make something I've been seeing actually a lot on Facebook. I've seen it done many different ways. I've seen it done outside, I've seen it done on fences, I've seen it done on windows, I've seen it done on sidewalks, and you can even do it on paper. So I'm going to simplify this today so we can do it with easy materials found at home, but please feel free. You can do these outside, like I said. You can use any material that you like. The concept basically applies in any way, shape, or form that you'd like to complete. But for my lesson today, if you're going to follow along exactly as I do, you're going to need a piece of paper. This paper here is actually out of a sketchbook. It's a little thicker, a little more durable and sturdy, so if you happen to have a sketchbook laying around, I do recommend this kind of paper. However, if you don't have this kind of paper, regular paper from the printer is just fine. You'll just have to be a little more careful when you're ripping off tape. You can also use a canvas panel or a canvas board, or again, just regular white paper. I can show you an example here. As you can see, if you're not careful ripping off the tape, it does tend to rip the paper. So something to keep in mind. You are also going to need tape. This is just like a decorative masking tape. If you have regular masking tape, even better. Best option will be the painter's tape, as it's not going to rip the paper as much. We're also going to need any type of coloring tools, whether they're markers, crayons, you can use paints of any kind, watercolors, acrylics, temperas, you can use oil pastels, you can use chalk pastels, the list pretty much goes on. So to start this lesson, on your piece of paper, you're just going to need to block off different triangles and different shapes using your tape. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And again, there's no real rhyme or reason to this. You're just going to put it together however you choose. And after you've gone ahead and sectioned it out, again, it could be bigger, they could be smaller, completely up to you how you'd like this to look. You're ready to fill in your white spaces. So again, using the tools that you have, whether that be paint, markers, oil pastels, crayons, you can go ahead and fill in those spaces. Paint is definitely going to be easier, a little more quicker, but whatever you have will work just fine. Try to mix up the colors. Make sure you don't have two of the same colors next to each other. We've learned in class recently about complementary colors. Putting them next to each other makes them look really nice. Blue's complement would be orange. So I'm going to take orange, and I'm going to add some orange in the spot next to the blue. For this, I'm using my oil pastel. And again, you can use crayon, marker, colored pencils, whatever you have at home. Purple's complement, yellow, you don't have to worry about going out of the lines here. The tape is protecting you from that. As long as you're not putting paint on super, super thick, it'll work just fine. Last set of complementary colors here. We're doing red. Who knows what the complement of red is? And it would be green. If you guessed green, you're correct. Nice work. Color in with your markers, your crayons, or colored pencils. You want to get it colored in all the way. Nice, neat coloring. Remember, no scribble dabbles. My green. If you used a lot of paint, I'd recommend giving it a little bit of time to dry or using a blow dryer to quickly dry it if your family says it's okay or if they can help you out. Or again, just wait a couple minutes. After a couple minutes, you are ready to peel the tape. Again, as you're peeling the tape, do it very carefully. You don't want to rip your paper, especially if you're just using thin computer paper. And carefully start to peel. Having somebody help you is also beneficial if you're nervous about ripping your paper. You can ask an older sibling, you can ask a parent, a family member, somebody who's home with you to help you rip this off. And there you have it, the final piece. So we just again created some triangle shapes using various materials found at home, some tape, paper, markers, crayons, paints, anything you have for a fun little rainy day project. Stay tuned for your next lesson. Thanks for coming.